What were
Right.
some of those issues with the heat shield? Why didn't it work as they expected? And obviously, they've resolved that issue now for the Artemis II.
Right, and that's of course another reason why they did the Artemis One. It was again sort of a full up dress rehearsal for Artemis Two. Without any humans on Artemis One, then there was less of a risk, if you will, for a system that had never been proven before. So there is some expectation that certain areas of the system might not perform quite as well as they anticipated it would, and that's of course why they test it. But essentially, what happened is the heat shield has to handle the tremendous heat that's generated by the friction of a vehicle that is coming back at about 25,000 miles an hour as it hits the atmosphere. Of course, there's all sorts of air drag, even at the height that they first interface with the atmosphere, and so that heats up the entire vehicle. And so the heat shield is made out of a material that can handle that heat. And how it does so is by getting really hot and sometimes even eroding a little bit. And as it erodes, that takes energy away, which means there's less energy that gets to the aluminum skin, which is the vital part that is underneath that heat shield. Now, what they saw with the Artemis 1 mission was that the erosion rate, or how much of the material disappeared as it got heated up and went through the upper reaches of the atmosphere, was more than they thought it would be. And so, of course, the problem with that is that, well, is there enough margin? And why is it heating up more than we anticipated that it would? So, that, of course, they had to go back to the drawing board then and look at their calculations, look at their assumptions, verify their margins, and how much material was left over. Now, of course, the capsule did return safely to the Earth, and so NASA has spent time doing additional testing, beefing up the heat shield a little bit in places where it might need it. And of course, they've had a couple of years to go through all of that and make sure they are indeed ready to go now.